So for this first DIY, it's one of the simplest I've done. I've got 2 of these little cork squares. They are made from the larger cork tiles. I just had a couple left over from when we did the floors in another house we had. So they are roughly 4.5 centimetres by 8 centimetres squared. They are not quite equal lengths because the tiles I'm using are rectangle, not square. I've got a selection of tiles to make the words that you want to put onto your tile coasters, and your glue gun to stick them all together. So I'm going to arrange the tiles into the words I want, stick them on, and that'll be the coasters finished. And there we go, 2 fantastic little coasters, make a fantastic little gift or decor for somebody for Valentine's Day. Second DIY, again, it's really simple, and this is a little trick that I picked up from Pinterest. So what I've got these 3 little glass bottles. Now these were miniature gin bottles, not saying anything, but you can use these for any alcohol potentially. You can get the little jam jars as well, you can do the same thing, anything that's a glass container. On Pinterest I've seen these put onto candles, so the choice is endless. I'm going to try and put it onto some wood at some point. So I've got these print-offs. I've written love and hugs in a font I like, and then I googled red heart, found that particular picture. So they are just print-offs on normal white print paper, so you can do those however you wish, whatever the theme of this is going to be for you. And then this little trick that I found, if you put normal packing tape, you peel that off, take that on the top of these, and then soak it into some water for about 30 seconds, and then you can rub off the back of the paper and you're left with just the print on the tape itself. And then I'll stick the tape onto these glass jars. And whilst it's not the finer finish as if you've got vinyl, if you don't have a vinyl cutter machine, then this is the way to go. So to make this tutorial, we have our ombre colours for the heart flowers. We've got a nice sort of deep purpley red, moving to a nice bright pink, and then onto the white. So this will be the base of the heart, the middle and the top. And we're using this little template, which is roughly about 3/4 of an inch diameter. And we're going to cut a load out circles of each of these. So that's what I'm going to get on with first. And once I've cut those out, we will assemble the flowers. And then once they're all assembled, we will put them into the frame. So we'll go step by step. Initially, we shall start cutting out these. So now we have our 3 piles of ombre colours. Now we need to change each of these squares into a circle. What we need to do now is we need to make all the little circles that we've made into these little tiny petals so that we can form the little flowers for our heart. And as you can see, I've done a flower for each colour, and I have done some of the petals for each one, and I'm just going to show you how to do 2 on each, just so I can show you the technique. And one of each is the base, and then I'm going to stick them all together and then you'll see. So what we do is we take one of our discs, we fold it in half, and we get our glue gun, and a bead of glue, not much at all, doesn't need a lot, they're tiny, and then fold that into quarters. And then if you just hold that in place for a bit, just a couple of seconds, and there you have a little petal. So you need to do that for 7 of your discs, so then just do one more. And what I'll do is I'll make up one of the white ones, I'll make that into a flower, and then I'll speed up the other ones so you can see me doing those. And there we have our 7 petals, so now we need to stick them onto the base. So you take your petal, add the blob of glue on the bottom, and then you just stick that onto one of the quarters of the base. And then you work your way around, so the whole of the base is covered with 4 petals, 1 on each of the quarters. There you go, that's 4 petals on a base. And then what we need to do with the next 3 is we need to stand them up a bit to give them that 3D effect, to give it a bit of height. So we use the 3 that are left, and then we're going to cut off the point of the petal. Just a tiny little bit, like that. And then we run a bead of glue along the base where we've just cut that off. You can see the glue. The glue on there, and then we just put that at a slightly, put that on a slight angle on that, and then we do the same for the other 2. So cut the base off, and a bead of glue on there, and then the idea of these 3 is you join them up so that they all touch sides, so that covers the middle. And for the third one, gap there, so put that one in. Flower. Go with that one. The next step to do is, now we've got all our little flowers made up. I've got a whole little pot of these that I've spent time doing. So now we've got all those made up, we need to mount it to go into the frame. So I'm using, this is part of the frame. So I'm using this box frame from IKEA. It's one of their standard square ones. And I've taken out the insert that goes in, and I'm going to glue that down onto the back paper so I get the right size. And then I'm going to cut that out so we're at the right size to start with, and then we're going to put all these onto our background, ready to be framed. So now we have our background mounted in our frame. What I need to do now is I need to get all our little flowers, and I need to arrange them in that ombre design in the frame and stick them down. And there you have your ombre heart stuck onto a nice contrasting background. So now what I need to do is I now to put it into its frame. And we have, like I said, this gorgeous frame from IKEA, and the base is coming away slightly, but that's okay. Once it's in the frame, it'll stay put. There we go, sliding it in. And we get the backing. Let's just put the frame back together. Put them down. Secure flaps. Turn it over. And there you have a gorgeous framed heart.